Hey guys, this is Al with MCA. Want to give you guys a little short tutorial on filling out your TVC Associate Agreement form and your W-9 and making sure that your direct deposit is filled in. Been getting a lot of messages on my Facebook. Says, hey, what's going on? I don't understand. I have sales, but I don't know why I'm not getting paid every Friday. There's several things that can happen as to why you're not getting paid. Number one, you can call Oklahoma corporate office and talk to representatives and they can help you. Okay. Two, here is there are three things that are not filled out for you to receive your payments. So let's get started, okay? So let's go here to your TVC, okay? And once you get to typing in your tvcmatrix.com, you want to sign in with your ID number, which it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or your username. Okay, so you put your username in there. It's the first name, last name. If it's a company that you're using, anything that you use when you created this account, you need to put your username in that field. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to put mine and I'm going to hit enter, and there's your name. Your name should populate right here. Okay, so what we're going to do here for this tutorial is we're going to use a dummy account. Okay, because I've been using a dummy account. It tells you here you may enter your username, member ID, or phone number. I'm using the email. See, put your email in there. Just put your password. Okay. Once you put your password, click on sign in. Okay, the first tab that you want to go to is your personal information. Okay, your personal information here, all this that has been filled out, should have populated when you first signed up for any of our products. So let's go to that step right here. Okay, so I'm going to zoom this in just a little bit so you guys can see it. Okay, so let's just say if I signed up with Total Security Platinum, okay, you get your first and last month, $39.99 each and every month after that. Okay, here's your contact information. Now this contact information is what's in that field, the verify field. Okay, so you're going to put your first name and last name, you're going to put your email address, and you're going to put your phone number. If these are not green, something's wrong. Okay, you need to fill that out for that to be green. Okay, payment method. Okay, payment method is very important. This is the information that you're putting in for your payment. This is also for associates too as well, so when they're getting their direct deposit. So you put your credit card number if it's a Visa, MasterCard, or American Express. You put your expiration date here, you put your billing zip code, and you put your card security code, which it could be on the front or back. It's 3 or 4 numbers. Okay, if this is all set in green, you're good to go. Last step on step 3 is you're going to create a password. So creating a password is not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put some characters in it. Be safe about it. Okay, because it tells you 5 characters or more. Okay, so after that's done and everything is green and ready to go, you're going to click place order. Okay, after you place order, you're going to get a welcome. It's going to say thank you for your payment. This charge will appear on your statement as TVC MCA Motor Club. That means your bank statement. Okay, and you can go to your bank and you can take a look at it. Okay, it's going to be a statement there. They are going to provide you with a member ID. So if you want to write that down, write down your member ID. Okay, here's your shipping. Okay, you make sure that you fill out your shipping. So it's your street address. If it's an apartment or suite, put that, put your zip code, put your city, state, and then you move on. Salesperson confirmation. Here I've been hearing a lot of problems where people are signing up under someone else. There is an option to where you can put in to locate your salesperson. So for an example, let's just say you typed in the wrong username or something like that and it has somebody else's name, or if you type in tvcmatrix.com, this is what it's going to be assigned to. I don't know who this is, but it's either JVC 1 or 2. Okay, that's all they have. I've seen it a couple of times. If this is not the correct salesman, do not hit the send my membership card. Click this area that it says I have different information about my salesperson, okay? And then they give you the following steps, okay? First and last name, ID number. If you have a referral code, put the referral code, put the guy's phone number or the girl's phone number on there, or website, okay? And then you stick this in there and then you submit it. Once you submit it, this is basically telling the Oklahoma office that they are going to be doing their research, okay? And they will research that to make sure that you are with the right salesperson, because everybody makes mistakes, okay? So try not to make no mistakes. If your salesman tells you to click on this link and to go to this link, you need to go to that link. A lot of times people miss it and it goes directly to someone else. So make sure that you pay attention to details when that happens. So let's continue. So this personal information here is what you're going to be filling out. See, this is the validation name, your first and last name, because that's what's going to pop up here. You're going to have a first name. If you have a last name or initial, put it there. If you have a middle initial or a middle name, put it there, or last name, put it there. You have your company, put your company there. That's where your company is going to go. From U.S., Canada, Puerto Rico, you just put it right there, okay? Then fill in your address, put your suite or apartment number right there, put your city, state, and zip code. Okay, you want to make sure all this is correct, because this is basically where they're sending you your packages. Okay, so it's very important to put that information. Social Security number. It's very important to know your Social Security. If you do not know your Social Security number, you need to find it. You need to find out, what is your Social Security number. So make sure you put the right Social Security number in there. Phone number, business number, fax, and then your email. Then you're going on to the next step where you're clicking and it takes you to the next step. Okay? So let's go back to the Associate tab. And once you get to the Associate tab, it's going to have your ID. So this is your ID. So when you call Oklahoma and you're calling in for any issues, they're going to verify what's your ID number, what's your address, city, zip. They're going to ask you for email. They're going to ask you for your last 4 digits of your Social Security number, which is important. And they may ask you for your security password, which I have one. I have my own. So I've called them most of the times and they kind of switch the answers up. Some people say with the address, some people use security code, and they kind of skip the steps there. So it's very important that either you write this down or you keep on memorizing your member ID. Okay, let's move on to the next. Associate ability. Again, if your credit card information is correct, this will have a check mark. If there's something wrong with the system and it bypasses it, you need to make sure that this is put in there. You are not currently eligible for commission payment. That means you will not get a payment. So you turn around, you will click the second button here, and it'll say, in order for you to receive commission payment promptly, please set up your bank account for direct deposit. If all that's filled out, you won't even get to this field because it'll be checkmarked. But if it's not, and there's something wrong, and there's a system in the glitch, please put your information here. It's either bank, credit card, okay? you're going to use a credit card, put your credit card information in here, okay? Because it tells you all that information here. If it's in checking or savings, or if it's a business, or if you don't have a business, just click OK. Now let's go back to the associate tab again. Here is your associate agreement form, okay? What I'm going to do here is I'm going to close these out. I'm actually going to leave them open because I think I got these all set and ready to go. Okay, so you want to click on here if you first started to download these forms. Once you click this form, this is going to go into your download. If you're using Firefox or if you're using Chrome, okay, Google Chrome. And how to get to that, your download folder, you just click on that little tab right here on the right hand side, click on download, and once you click on download, that'll take you to your download form, okay? And you'll find those forms. Same with your W-9. So once you click that, it's going to go in your download form. It's on your computer, okay? And that's where we need to kind of fill out these forms and make sure it's filled out correctly. So let's go to your associate agreement. If your information was filled out on your account tab where you signed up and you put all your information, your new associate information will be filled out. If it's your first name, if you had a middle initial on there, if it's your last name. Okay, if you did put down there for spouse, it'll populate. If it doesn't, leave it blank. Okay, your address, city, state, zip, and phone number should populate automatically from that form. Okay, and then your social security, and then again your spouse. Okay, if you didn't fill out the spouse area field, leave that blank. Okay, as I was telling you on the second form, where you, after you've purchased your membership and you wanted your package to go to your shipping address, this should populate. If it doesn't, this should be the same thing. Okay, so if you want to fill this out with your address, city, state, and zip, please do so. If you don't, they're going to use this right here as your shipping address, because they are going to confirm when they call you to confirm and validate your credit card. They're going to make sure that this address is currently correct. Your email will populate in this form. I've seen people where they would put a different email on this one versus what's in their back end. So please keep the email the same as what's in your back end to this one. Don't change it up, okay? So make sure that's not changed. Your sponsor will be populated. So whoever that salesman that sold you the product and getting you signed up as an associate, their first and last name would be there. Their associate ID will not be the same as what is yours. They would have their own associate ID to identify who is the salesperson. Okay, let's move on. You know, I hear a lot about people put on YouTube videos that these little fine prints here are not important. It's up to you to read it or not, but personally me, I think it's very important for you to read these fine print. It tells you exactly what are you signing, okay? You want to sign something and just go with it and look at it later, that's fine, but please read the fine print. It basically tells you everything what you're signing, okay? This is your company. You work for MCA because you're selling their product and their services, but TVC is paying you, okay? So there's two different things that's going on there, so don't get that mixed up, okay? So make sure you pay attention to details and read all the fine print, okay? On the bottom here is going to have the day of, date, and year. That's going to populate. If you do not see a field, an automatic field, which I'm going to show you, excuse me, on the W-9, There's going to be a field that's going to be right here. Just type in your name, okay? But if there's no field and you have Adobe Reader, just a regular Adobe Reader, click on File and Sign and go to Signature, okay? You already create a signature, it's already going to populate, okay? So I'm going to just hit Change and Save, okay? And this box is going to pop up, and here you're going to put your name here, okay? And this is where it's going to populate your signature. I would leave that the way it is, but if you want to change and play around with that, that's fine. Or you want to change the signature style of it, okay? You have to go through the steps with that. But to make it more easier, just click Accept. Your name will show up right there, and then you're just going to drag it and drop. Drag and drop, and you're done, okay? Here, you don't have to fill this out. This is more of the corporate office in Oklahoma, and they'll take care of that, so you don't have to worry about that. Let's move on. It's very important that you read the policies and procedure, because I see it on a lot of YouTube. People are, kind of showing their team members and telling them, hey, even the highest members, you don't have to worry about the policies and procedures, okay? If I'm going to sign up with a company, I want to know the policies and procedures. If you're signing up a job, I want to know what's on that application, okay? So don't skip policies and procedure. It tells you about the company, tells you about the associate, tells you about the taxes and licensing, sponsors and recruiting, marketing, advertising and promotions, termination, waiver, and governing law. Okay, very important you read it. It's up to you. It's your business. You are becoming an associate. Don't skip by this stuff. It's very important to have. Okay, and plus it's good knowledge. You don't have to run to people and ask them, hey, do you have this question? Everything on this form is basically what you need right there. Okay, let's move on to the next step. Okay, let's go to your W-9. W-9 is very important to fill out because this is where you pay your taxes. I see a lot of people on YouTube and everywhere you see it posted. This is a scam. Okay, this is not a scam if you're going to pay taxes on it. Okay, so don't let anyone discourage you when you're filling out a W-9 or people are talking about a scam. Okay, just put your first name. That's going to show on your income tax return. If you got a business, put it there. If you don't, leave it blank. As an individual sole proprietor for yourself and for your business, you want to check mark that. So keep it checked. If you got a business, if it's a C Corp, S Corp, partnership, trust, you choose that option. Okay, but for an individual, just keep that check mark. Okay. Make sure you have your current address with your apartment or suite number. Make sure that's filled in. City, state, and zip. Any other list account is very optional. You don't have to fill that out. You can just leave that blank. Okay? Move to the next step. Your Social Security needs to be inputted right here. Okay, so whatever your Social Security number is right here. If you don't know your Social Security number, look on your Social Security card. If you have lost your Social Security card, you need to order one. You need to find out what's your Social Security number because it needs to be inputted here. The EID number is more of a company. Okay, that's another step where you have to go to the IRS. You file your company into the IRS. They turn around and give you an EID number, and you can put your EID number here. But if you don't have an EID number here, just use your Social Security, and that'll be good to go. If you have not filled out a W-9 before, just read it. It takes about a couple of minutes, and you'll understand it a little bit better. Again, you can put your signature and you can put your date right there. Okay? And once you've read over it, you looked over it, you make sure all the information is correctly, Go to File, Save As, and if you save it to your desktop or whatever it is you're putting it at, save it W9 form because we're going to be using it later. Okay, let's move on to the next step. Here is where you're going to upload your associate agreement, and as you can see here, it tells you to scan a photo using different method. Okay, all they want is your W9. Okay, because they can look you up by your social security number. So you're going to click up upload. Another box will pop up. Okay, and it tells you to make sure that you included your sponsor ID. Everything is signed and dated, as well as your address. Go to your file, and then you're just going to drop it in there with that form. Okay, then you click upload. After you uploaded both of your forms, meaning your associate form and your W9, it's going to stay here up on top. It's going to sit in pending, and what that means is here is after it sits in pending, Oklahoma, whoever goes through the system and sees all the pending forms, making sure it's correct, making sure you got the correct information, it will be submitted and it'll turn green. If it has not turned green, there was something wrong. Okay, so you need to go back to those forms that's back onto your desktop or your laptop and read through the form and make sure all of that is correct. If you feel like you don't want to upload it here, they have information right here. You can email your documents to associates@tvcmarketing.com, or you can fax it to them, okay? Or you can mail it out to them. But the fastest way is just to upload it. Once all these steps are completed, everything's going to have a green check mark, okay? This means you are going to get paid every Friday. Okay, so I guess payday runs from Sunday to Saturday at noon, I believe. Okay, but I think it falls within the Wednesday where you'll be able to see all your payments and all your sales amounts that go through. Okay, so make sure all that's filled out, and you'll be able to receive your payments. I hope this little tutorial helped you as much as I did. Below will be my email address. If you have any questions, please subscribe to my YouTube, and have a great day.